Hi friends, welcome to lesson 2 of Cooking Matters for Kids series. Today we're talking all about colorful fruits and vegetables. So in a little bit we'll be talking about MyPlate. I'm sure you've seen this a lot already. So we're going to be talking about MyPlate. We will do a fun activity with the other Sam. It's a guessing that vegetable or fruit game. Then we'll make a fun dish together and we'll do an activity to wrap it all up. So first, let's discuss MyPlate. This is a plate that's all about healthy eating. And if we eat each of these food groups in a full day, we will be healthier and stronger people. So first up, we have our fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables take up half of our plates. And they are full of things called vitamins and minerals that help our bodies to be strong and healthy. For example, carrots are a vegetable. They're an orange vegetable, which means they have lots of vitamin A in it, which is really good for our night vision. Can you name another fruit or vegetable? I'm thinking of strawberries. It's a fruit because it has seeds on it. It has seeds on the outside of it, which is kind of special for fruits. Usually they have seeds on the inside. But strawberries have vitamin C inside, which help our bodies fight invaders. It acts kind of like a defense shield in our bodies. There are lots of different colors of fruits and vegetables out there. And in a little bit, we're going to talk about a rainbow of fruits and veggies. Let's go over to our grain category. Grains are things like bread, popcorn, pastas, lots of different grains there. And we want to get a lot of whole grains. Whole grains, as opposed to enriched grains, have lots of fiber in it, so that it slows down the absorption of our sugars in our grains, and we can get lots of energy for a long period of time. So our grains give us energy for our muscles and our brain especially, so we can think more clearly. Let's move on to protein. What kind of protein foods do you eat at home? I like to eat lots of plant-based proteins, things like nuts and seeds. Peanut butter is a protein. Even things from animals like eggs or chicken. Beef is a protein from an animal. And what the proteins do for us is build our muscles. After we've been running around, we need food that will help to grow our muscles even stronger so that we can still run around in the future. Next we have our dairy. Let's name some dairy foods. The most popular type of dairy is milk. You can drink milk from cows, but you can also drink milk from different plants like almond milk, oat milk, cashew milk. There are so many different types of milk. Other types of dairy include yogurt, and you get a little bit from butter, but not so much. The type of thing I'm thinking of inside of dairy though is something called calcium. And calcium helps our teeth and our bones stay really strong so that our muscles that are on top of our bones can be stronger. So that is all of MyPlate. If you think of a meal like breakfast, how many of these food groups did you eat at your last breakfast meal? I had an egg wrap for breakfast. And I'm gonna think of each of the food groups that was in my egg wrap. I had eggs, which is a protein. I had the wrap, whole wheat wrap, which was a grain. And I also had some cheese in it. And cheese goes in our dairy, which has calcium in it. So I had 3 food groups in my breakfast this morning. How many food groups did you have? We want to aim for at least 3 in each of our meals. That way we can get a full plate, a full MyPlate of food groups in our meals every day. So let's talk for a minute about colorful fruits and vegetables. Why do we want to eat a bunch of different colors? A variety of colors, like you're eating the rainbow, except you're not actually eating the rainbow, you're eating the rainbow in fruits and vegetables. Reds, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. Those are all different types of colors you want to eat in your diet. Why is it that we want to eat different colors? Why can't I just choose a red fruit and vegetable and eat that for the rest of my life? Well, each color of fruits and vegetables does a little something special for our bodies. So we want to get lots of different colors every single day. They all have different types of vitamins and minerals for us. Let's see. Today, for me, it's a Wednesday. For this Wednesday, I want to choose to eat 3 different colors of fruits and veggies. Can you think of what day it is today, and 2, what different colors of fruits and vegetables you want to eat today? You want to choose at least 3 different colors. Maybe 1 for breakfast, 1 for lunch, 1 for dinner. Or you could do breakfast, snack. You can choose any combination. But just make sure you're eating lots of different colors. And bonus, if you can eat every single color of the rainbow for the week. So next up, we have a fun activity to play with you. It's called Guess That Fruit or Vegetable.
Alright, hello everyone. So we're going to be doing our mystery fruit guessing game now. We're going to be trying 5 different fruits today. We're going to kind of give you some hints about what might be in this bag. I'm going to describe the fruit. Then we're going to pull it out, I'm going to chop it in half, and we're going to look at it up close so you can see what's both outside and inside. Now remember, for SNAP-Ed, we say that anything that has seeds inside of it is a fruit. So some of these might be confusing. You might think they were a vegetable, but if there were seeds inside, it's actually fruit. For our very first one, this is kind of a tropical fruit. I've seen it growing on a tree in Central America before. You might find it in a place like Hawaii or wherever there's warm weather most of the year. It's kind of a orangish, yellowish fruit, and it has really cool seeds inside. And it's shaped a little bit like a football. So I want you to take a few seconds and think about this orangish, yellowish, football-shaped fruit that grows somewhere tropical. And now I'm going to reveal to you what this fruit is. It's a papaya. Have you ever had a papaya before? Get up close for you here. So this is got a little bruising on the outside, but overall looks pretty good. The more like yellow and orange they are, the riper they are. This one has a little green to it, so maybe not fully ripe. But the coolest part about papayas, I think, are the seeds inside. See all these really colorful, like purplish almost fruit seeds inside. So when you're trying the papaya, I would scoop those seeds out. You don't really eat them. They almost look like pomegranate seeds, but not quite. And it's a very unique flavor. So if you haven't tried papaya before, try a little bit at first, because it's not everybody's favorite, but it's kind of a fun one to explore. Our second fruit is one of my favorites to try with people. It has kind of a crazy outside. It's almost like spiked on the outside. It's kind of small and purplish, and the inside almost reminds me of a poppy seed muffin. All right, if you think you know what this is, we're going to take about 5 minutes, or sorry, seconds, to think about what this mystery fruit might be, and then I will reveal to you this dragon fruit. Have you seen a dragon fruit before? They're pretty wild. So the outside, I think, looks like a dragon egg or something. It's got like spikes on it as if it were the scales of a dragon. But the inside of a dragon fruit is probably the coolest part, even though the outside's pretty awesome. As you look inside, there's these amazing seeds and purple fruit on the inside of the dragon fruit. Very tasty. Sometimes they'll be white inside, and sometimes they're purple. Very juicy, and this juice might stain a little bit, so it's good to eat it with a spoon or something like that. But really fun to try if you haven't had a dragon fruit before. All right, we're on to our third mystery fruit for the day. Now this one is a little more confusing. You might actually think this is a vegetable, but in fact, everything in this category of plant is a fruit. It grows on a vine on the ground. It's related to things like zucchini and pumpkins and butternut squash. It's kind of its own variety of that. And I think it looks almost like a really big acorn. It has a couple different colors. There's some yellow and green on it, and it's kind of dark. Maybe you've roasted it in the oven before. All right, take a few seconds to think about what you assume this mystery fruit could be. You can even pause the video if you want. And I'm going to reveal an acorn squash. This one will be a little tougher to cut if you're cooking it at home. But if you've ever carved a pumpkin, You've probably seen the inside of a pumpkin has seeds just like this acorn squash, right? So really cool, colorful on the outside. And then those familiar pumpkin seeds, you could probably roast these seeds just like you do a pumpkin seed and eat them at home, maybe with a little salt. All right, down to our last two, some of my favorites. This next one, I've actually never tried before, so I'm excited that we're trying it today. And it kind of reminds me of a grapefruit, but it's even bigger, and it's green. Have you ever had one of these types of fruits? It's a citrus fruit, so it might remind you of a lemon or an orange. It would grow somewhere where it's tropical. Take a few seconds to think about what this might be. And then we'll reveal, ta-da, this pomelo. So it looks a lot like a grapefruit to me. Even bigger though, similar to an orange you might have had before. I'm gonna cut this open. Ooh. And as you can see when we look up close, it looks a lot like a grapefruit inside, kind of that pink inside, and has a very thick outer layer, right? Even thicker than a grapefruit, much thicker than an orange. So this will be interesting to try. I'm guessing it's a little bit sour, but we'll see. All right, and last but not least, this is probably the messiest of the fruit we're gonna try today. And it has kind of an interesting outside. It's purplish. It has this like opening on the top that almost looks like a flower or something like that. Not quite as spiky as a dragon fruit, but kind of similar to that, where it's a really interesting texture. And on the inside, instead of being big segments of fruit, it's individual seeds that we're trying. So think about what this might be, what fruit it could be that's mostly made up of seeds on the inside and purple on the outside. All right. The final reveal is the delicious pomegranate. Have you had a pomegranate before? There's that kind of flowery top where the stem is on the bottom, where that like would hang off the tree. Pomegranates are really cool if you haven't tried them before. Be warned, they can stain your clothes pretty easily if the juice gets on you, because they are very juicy. That's why I said they were the messiest one of today. But they are also very fun to eat. The seeds are almost like a jelly bean inside. Super fun, very juicy, and super tasty. If you haven't had a pomegranate before, I highly recommend them. So for this month, in the name of trying colorful fruits and vegetables, I encourage you to try one of these mystery fruits that we pulled out. We had a pomegranate, the pomelo, the acorn squash, a dragon fruit, and we started with the papaya. Any one of these would be really fun to try. I'd encourage you to find one that you hadn't tried before and give that a whirl. So we are on to the cooking portion of today's lesson. We are going to be making one of my favorites, the delicious pasta with roasted vegetables. So this is a very simple dish that allows you to get a lot of vegetables or fruits into your pasta dish, as well as allows for a lot of creativity. So today we're going to do a version of this recipe, but you can also find this recipe online at cookingmatters.com, and you could try some different variations. So today we're going to be using just a classic angel hair spaghetti noodle. We are going to be using for our vegetables some shallots. They're like a small onion, some garlic, some delicious mushrooms. I love mushrooms. And we have a whole bunch of kale. Now we're probably not going to saute all of this kale, but kale is something that starts off kind of tough and bitter, and when you saute it down and get it tender and add in other flavors, it tastes really great. So the first step I'm doing, if you look right here, I have this red pot. I'm going to be boiling some water today. That water is for my noodles, of course. I'm going to add a little salt to that. Gives a little flavor to the noodles, but also helps the water boil faster. It lowers the boiling point there. While I'm waiting for that, I'm going to start chopping my veggies. And we're going to do a kind of a close-up view of this veggie chopping for you. So here we are with our shallots, just like a regular onion. I'm going to take off the ends here and the kind of papery outside. So I'm going to cut it right down the middle using that bridge technique. We're going to peel off this outside layer of skin. And the inside will be great for eating. Same with this other one here. Grab that outside layer, peel it right off, get rid of all that dry skin on the outside. And then I'm going to chop up the inside. A nice way to cut onions or shallots is I cut most of the way through sideways, lengthways, and then I come back the other way, cut it into nice small pieces the opposite direction. And this creates those tiny little pieces that you want for your sauteed onions. Give a couple extra chops on the end here. Same with this other piece. While I'm doing that, I'm going to reach over and turn on this skillet where I'm going to be cooking those onions. I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil to my skillet. Let that heat up while I chop this other shallot. I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there, and I'm going to do some more chopping. We'll come back as I add the rest of these to our mix. As you can see, we got lots of delicious flavors going on in here. We got our mushroom underneath there, lots of kale that's wilted down as we're cooking it, and the shallots all smell super delicious. So we seasoned it with a few of our favorite spices. But you're welcome to experiment with whatever flavors you like. And we're going to make our own special kind of sauce. This will be good with a red pasta sauce. You can make a cheese sauce like it was a macaroni, whatever you're feeling. Cheese is always a great addition, of course. Alright, we'll cook the noodles now and get back to you when we're ready to throw it all together. Alright, we're ready to add our sauce now. This is our noodles all cooked with the delicious mushroom, shallot, and kale combination. And we made a cheesy sauce, which is easy enough to do. You can make it at home with some milk and butter and cheese and maybe a little flour to thicken it up. Or you could just serve it this way. That'll taste pretty delicious by itself. And here comes our delicious cheese sauce. We used a blender to make it nice and smooth, but you could also just melt down your cheese sauce in another pot. Mix it all around in there. Oh, this is looking really good. Can't wait to try this. I encourage you to try your own version of this recipe at home. And feel free to get creative, whatever version of this sauces and veggies you want to make.
Hi friends, welcome to our activity. We are doing something called a colorful fruit and veggie relay. And what you need for this game is a piece of paper and something to write with. It can be a pen, pencil, crayon, whatever you got. And you'll also need your bodies to be able to move. We are going to do an exercise for 30 seconds, and then we're gonna write down a orange fruit or vegetable. And we're gonna do that 3 times, and each time it's gonna be a different movement and a different color of fruit and vegetable. All right, so I'm gonna set a timer. And the very first exercise we're gonna do together is squats. So I got my 30-second timer. Are we ready? I've got my friends with me here. All right, in 3, 2, 1, doing squats. I bet you're looking good. 20 seconds left. 10 seconds left. After this, you're gonna be writing down some orange fruits and veggies. Okay, quick, grab your pen and pencil and start to write down as many as you can orange fruits and veggies. Go. Well, all right, pens, pencils down. How many did you get? Next exercise, we are doing, let's see, jumping jacks. We're doing jumping jacks for 30 seconds, and then for another 30 seconds, we're gonna write down red fruits and vegetables. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, write down your red fruits and vegetables. 30 seconds, go. All right, stop, pens and pencils down. How'd we do? How'd we do? So for our very last activity, we are gonna do calf raises. For this, you guys wanna demonstrate what a calf raise is? Just going up on your toes like that. Right up on your tippy toes and down again. So we're gonna do that for 30 seconds, and then I'm gonna have you choose yellow fruits and vegetables. All right, for 30 seconds, we're gonna do calf raises, and another 30 seconds, choose your yellow fruits and vegetables. Ready, set, go. Your heart racing? Mine is. And go. Grab your pen and pencil and write down yellow fruits and veggies. You're working out your brain and your muscles. Ah, stop! Oh, how'd you guys do? How'd you guys do? Good job, everybody. Whew, I had fun doing this activity with you, and hopefully you stuck with us to the end. It was super fun. I encourage you to try out new ways of moving and grooving in your own life.
All right, everyone, thanks for joining us this week. I encourage you to try some colorful fruits and vegetables in the month of December. Maybe around your meals as you go on break, you can do a little extra cooking with your family and try something new. I would encourage you to explore one of those mystery fruits we tried today and maybe try something that interests you, like a papaya. And get creative with how you make pasta. Maybe try making your own version of today's recipe, the pasta with roasted veggies. All right, we will see you all in January. Have a happy new year.